Welcome back to Magical Task Force. Turmentic here, and part 2 of the Back to Hogwarts Brilliant event started earlier today. Got some stuff I want to go over and show you. Going to go over the quests as well, showing you how to do those as easy as you can. But first, there's a couple things, like I said, that I want to show you. That package that showed up randomly during the glitch event that was happening, that's what I'm calling it, earlier this week, turns out to actually be an SOS bundle. Now, it's 4 silver keys, and it's also 50 energy, but if you look at the cost, it's actually, if you're going to buy silver keys anyways, you might as well get that bundle just for the extra 50 energy because it's almost a bonus, if you will. Now, the next thing I want to show you, you see that little button right there? You'll see it once you bring the game up. That is actually a button where if you hit it, it will take you to your most current Brilliant event tasks. It's pretty awesome. I love the quick play right there. It makes being able to check what you need to do for your SOS tasks extremely easy. As you can see, it immediately takes you there. Awesome, awesome addition. I'm really glad that they're streamlining a lot of things like this in the game. So you might be wondering how to get those foundables. Well, the sorting hat you'll be able to get from the wild. It's the only wild spawn. The Thestral you'll be able to get for completing the 4th Brilliant event task. And the winged boar statue you get for completing the 2nd Brilliant event task. So pretty standard. The next one right there, the carriage you actually will get for completing the 3rd Brilliant task event. The Hogsmeade sign you'll actually get from Portkeys. You need 5 fragments in order to return that. And then the Hogwarts boat you'll be able to get from doing fortresses, and you only need 3 fragments. So pretty straightforward how they normally operate. So just like last time when we had a part 1 and a part 2 of a Brilliant event, you'll be able to find all of the wild foundables in the wild again from part 1 during part 2. And I would, like I did before, recommend trying to return every single one of them, especially now with the experience boost that they did last week for max fragment count. Now, like I've said before in previous videos, these right here, it's different than last Brilliant events because there's only 40 experience in order to level up that family registry, and every time you level it up, you get 5 scrolls. Now, those scrolls come in super handy because not only can you put them in your own profession, but you can actually start working on a second profession as well. So like I said, I would recommend trying to return all of them. This is the new foundable, though, for the event. It is the only wild foundable you'll actually be able to find for part 2. And this right here, it's pretty hard to return. It's a high-level threat foundable, so it immediately is already going to be harder. Now, I did notice that it will stick around, and I was casting 10 times sometimes in order to return one, and it wasn't running away. A couple times it did, but for the most part, it reminded me a lot of the Golden Snitch. Now, the awesome thing is every time you return one of these, you get 5 family experience. So technically, if you return 8, you get a level in the family registry. So again, return 8 of these and you get 5 scrolls. I definitely recommend using all of your energy if you can to return these. This is just a small glimpse of what I was able to do in the first hour. I was able to get close to about 7 or 8 family levels from just returning those because of getting the 5 experience per returned. And like I said, don't use potions until you get to a later part. I'll go over that when I go into the quests, but you definitely want to try to return as many of these as you can. Now, in my opinion, they lowered the family XP needed in order to get a runestone, a Brilliant runestone, I should say, because last time they had a part 1 and a part 2 Brilliant event, a lot of people used all of their runestones in part 1, not knowing that they would carry over into part 2. So they lowered it, in my opinion, so people had more stones, and I've had a plethora of stones left over. I did run the fortress battles, though, in order to try to get the fragments. I might have been super lucky because it only took me 3 attempts, and I was able to get all 3 fragments. So again, if you're running into problems, it shouldn't be that hard to level up the family registry for the Brilliant event in order to get those stones. I was using Forest Chamber 1. I'm not sure if that really has any sort of bearing on why I was able to get all 3 to begin with. But just in case you want to do the same thing I did, I was in Forest Chamber 1 and I was able to solo it. A spoiler alert, we are going on to the quests. These are pretty easy. First one was dine 3 times at an inn, return 1 Hogwarts School Family Foundable. Now that's a 9 3/4 foundable. And then collect 2 ingredients or portmanteaus on the map. Really simple, was able to do this one in a matter of minutes. On to the second one. Recover 2 Brilliant Sorting Hat Foundables. They're all over. Shouldn't be hard. Return 10 Foundables of any family. I was using the Brilliant ones just to get the Brilliant XP, an extra little bonus. And then brew 3 potions. Again, super simple. Don't really get that much, though, until you get to the later ones. Return 1 high Foundable. Now, that's one that I really want to stop at because the Brilliant Sorting Hat counts as a high Foundable. The second one that you saw right there was return 5 medium Foundables. Now, I want to let you know that every single one of the students from the Brilliant Part 1 event actually count as medium Foundables, so use those to return those. The next one is use 2 potions. You can use those 2 potions whether you're trying to actually return things, or you can do what I did and just try to do it in the fortress in order to maximize your potions. Next one. Obtain 4 port keys by unlocking portmanteaus. That's probably going to take the longest. All you have to do is walk. Doesn't matter if it's the Brilliant ones or not. Next, brew 6 potions. Again, that might take a little bit depending on what potions you want to brew. And the last one, defeat 10 foes and wizarding challenges. Does not matter what level floor you are on when it comes to the wizarding challenges. You can honestly just go to floor 1 and fight as many times as you want in order to do those. So there's no actual requirement like they've done in the past where they made you fight or find a specific one in a fortress or anything like that. But as you can see, you don't get most of your green books until this last quest. You actually get 9 of them here along with 50 coins. So that's pretty awesome. And I'm glad that they're consistently giving you 15 green books per Brilliant event. So just to recap some of the tips that I have for this Brilliant event, you should try to return as many of the Brilliant Foundables as you can so you can level up that family registry. Now, I wouldn't use potions on them, specifically on the Sorting Hat, just because I feel like you might be wasting them. You do have to use a couple potions for the quest, like I was saying, but you just use your spell energy. You might run out, but the chances of it actually running from you, I feel, are pretty slim. And again, remember, I was saying that if you return 8 of them, that right there is 5 scrolls. So it's definitely worth it. Remember, you also do need to pick up new port keys, Brilliant port keys. The ones from Part 1 will not give you the Foundable for this one right here. But again, don't be afraid to walk them or use your golden key to walk them. They're only 3 kilometers. And again, with the family registry experience only being 40, every little bit helps you get those scrolls. And lastly, if you were going to go into the vault and buy keys, I would definitely recommend buying the SOS bundle. Make sure you need the 50 energy, though. It will allow you to go over your cap, but you won't be able to get any more from greenhouses or inns. But it's the same price as just 4 standard keys by themselves. So definitely take advantage of the extra spell energy. Leave a comment down in the comment section and let me know if you think this Brilliant event is a little bit easier, though, than previous ones. Make sure to follow me on Twitter at Turmentic. It's where I post a lot of information when I don't have time to actually make a video. But as always, if you found this helpful, please give the video a like, subscribe to the channel for more tips and tricks, and I will catch you next time.